sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street. On the Block with Strick and Austin.
I'm going to hit you with the bad news first. The bad news is that this Omaha team signed the enemy. Sidney Hilly, the national champion setter for Wisconsin, was the second player signed by the pro club team in Omaha. Sidney Hilly is very good.
She's fantastic.
But she's the enemy.
Dang it.
She's the enemy.
What are we doing?
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Gather round. This is the Ticket Water Cooler.
But the greatest thing about sports is you play to win the game.
Coming at you live in the heart of Lincoln, America.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
On air and online at theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez-Clary.
Welcome into the Ticket Water Cooler here on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Jake Bakoven. He is Enrique Alvarez-Clary, and we are with you on a Good Sense Friday. Thanks to the people at Good Sense for bringing us our sandwiches and cookies and chips and drinks, and it was delicious, as it always is. If you haven't tried their pepper bread, I'd say go ahead and try it. If you're a pepper fan, and I like pepper on my pepper, so I love the pepper bread. It is delicious.
You like wait, hold on. Say that.
I like pepper on my pepper.
Oh, you like a lot of pepper.
Yes.
Okay. I think you said pepper on your peppers. I was like, you just put pepper on peppers? I don't know what's going on right now.
I suppose you could do that. I don't really eat peppers too much by themselves.
I don't like vegetables. So.
You don't like vegetables?
Yeah. So I just
yeah.
I'm just not gonna touch that.
You're gonna be out on that then.
Yeah, that's a hard no from me.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, so yesterday, me and VJ had a poll that we had in the what was it? The Bleach Report had a 30 college football players of all time.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that list?
Yeah.
So
a lot of Huskers.
Yeah, so we did we picked our first 7 people that we're gonna build our team around.
Okay.
So I'll read you this, and then I put it into a poll.
Okay.
And I'll let you guess who won, but I'll let you pick who you think would have won.
Okay.
So my team was Dave Remington, Ndamukong Suh,
All right, you're running the Husker vote so far.
Randy Moss,
Okay.
Peyton Manning, Barry Sanders, Dick Butkus, and O.J. Simpson.
Oh, that's a heck of a squad. Okay.
And VJ's first 7 were Tommy Frazier, Herschel Walker, Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson, Orlando Pace, Charles Woodson, and Archie Griffin. So those are the 7 that we're going to build our teams around.
Yeah, I think I'd go with your team.
Well, after 40 votes in a single day, I won 52.5% of the vote.
Oh, it was a close one then. Nice.
Victory for me.
That's right.
Take that, Vershawn.
Yeah, I think Peyton Manning, Sue Moss, Barry Sanders really put.
I thought about taking, because I figured he wouldn't take like some of the people that I chose. I figured he wouldn't take some of them, but I was like, okay, the way that I'm going to start this off, I was like, I'm starting in the middle, both sides, Dave Remington, Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
Then I took Randy Moss, and I thought about, but at first I thought about taking Tommy Frazier first because I was like, I'll get the best quarterback. But after I took Moss, I thought I need somebody who can sling the rock, and I was like, Peyton Manning.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Peyton Manning. And then I needed a running back, so I took Barry Sanders. Got Dick Butkus because I figured defense wouldn't hurt, and then O.J. Simpson just to round things out. I was like, I got 2 running backs, so I'm good to go.
Now, did he got Charles Woodson? You said
He got Charles Woodson, so he got the he got the both sides of the ball guys, 2 sport athletes: Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson, Charles Woodson.
that's just interesting because the 97 Heisman Trophy. I always can remember that Final Four. They according to this list had three of the top 4 that year, or 3 of the top 30 players all time, and Peyton Manning, Randy Moss, and Charles Woodson.
Yep.
And what a year 1997.
Just a great year.
Yeah.
Including the real champion.
Yeah.
In 97.
Yeah, they can have all that talent all they want, but who won the championship?
Sirs.
Other than Charles Woodson, he also won.
I mean, technically, kind of.
Yeah, half of one.
But it doesn't count.
Yeah.
They should have played.
How many cornerbacks were on that list? That's another thing because
I feel like there was a decent amount. Now I have to find
were there
it.
a few?
Dang it.
Because I wonder like which position in the top 30 is kind of left out. I'm sure they didn't have any specialists. But like your normal positions, offense and defense, who's kind of being left out there?
Give me a second. See if I can find it. Nope, that's not it.
Because I'm trying to think like college football. Who would your top
I have it on my
cornerbacks
phone.
be? Maybe besides Deion.
And Charles, apparently.
Charles Woodson, yeah.
Okay, so the top 30 that they have. Let me see if because it doesn't have position, so I'm just gonna have to. So we have Deion was 12th. Charles Woodson was 25th. I think those are the only 2 corners.
Yeah.
Based off the names that I know. Yeah. Those are the only 2 corners. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Hugh Green wasn't a corner.
Right.
Howard Cassidy. I don't know. I don't know who that is. I should. He's number 7 all time according to them. I don't know who that is. Maybe that just makes me super young, or just dumb.
Howard Cassidy's old.
Tommy Nubis from Texas, if I'm saying his last name right. I don't know if he was a corner, but I think those are the only ones. Glenn Davis of Army.
As a running back.
Yeah. Okay. So those are the only 2. So Tommy Nubis and Howard Cassidy.
Howard Cassidy it's a 5'10", 183-pound running back for Ohio State.
Okay.
In the 50s.
So not a corner. Got it.
Not a corner. I don't know. We've had our discussion about.
So only 2 corners are top 30 all time.
Yeah, and that's fair enough.
There's a lot. Look, it's a lot of running backs.
Oh, I bet. Well, and that's too. Like, I don't know if that's fair.
Herschel, Archie, Barry, Marcus Allen, Earl Campbell, O.J. Simpson, Ricky Williams, Tony Dorsett, Bo Jackson, Glenn Davis. I think what was it? Howard Cassidy, Ron Dane, Mike Rozier, Ernie Davis. Yeah, Ron Dane is 4th. Mike Rozier, Ernie Davis. Like it's mostly running backs.
Yeah. Which again, I think it's fair, but I don't know if that's actually the top 30 players of all time, or is it?
I have Colt McCoy at 29th and Dominic Sue at 30th.
Colt McCoy at 29th?
Yep. Colt McCoy is the 29th best player in college football history. According to have you not seen this?
I did see it. I just didn't notice Colt was 29.
Yeah, Colt's 29th.
Based on what?
He is the, I believe. Now I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I think he, in terms of percentage, he's the winningest quarterback. I think there's something along these lines.
Won a title.
Like,
Sam Bradford won the Heisman instead.
Because where is he at? Oh, he's not on here. Because I was talking quarterbacks. It was the College Football Hall of Fame, the Boise State quarterback. In terms of percentage, he's the 2nd best quarterback of all time in terms of winning percentage. So
yeah, I think Aaron Murray from Georgia was like the winningest SEC quarterback. Sometimes I just don't know. If you start all 4 years, and that's impressive enough. But I don't know. I don't necessarily view Colt McCoy on that level. And I like Colt McCoy, and I do think that he could have won the championship if he didn't get injured against Alabama in 2009. I think that would have been interesting, but didn't happen. So I can't grant him.
It's hard.
In the top 30 all time.
Well, apparently, Bleacher Report can.
Bleacher Report, was this a Texas fan or?
Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Texas players and 4 Nebraska players. So
Yeah, that's interesting. I just don't know if I can go for that, but that's fine. Either way, I think your team won.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
I really think that taking Remington and Sioux 1 and 2 really helped. Like right in the trenches.
Yeah.
Like you're not the middle of my offensive line and the middle of my defensive line are just solid.
Yeah.
Like I win that way.
He does have some pretty good.
I'm getting
records.
pressure up the middle, and I'm keeping pressure off of my quarterback from the middle.
Neither of you necessarily have a huge edge rusher or like sack producer.
Well, there really isn't.
They don't really have them on there, do they?
No, I guess I'm pretty sure Hugh Green might have been a
Yeah,
defensive
Hugh
end.
Green, yeah.
So Hugh Green would have been the only one. I took Dick Butkus. I don't know if that helps. But no, there really isn't a like sack master on here at all. It's mostly, I think there's 3 or 4 defensive players. It's mostly offensive players.
See, again, I disagree with them. They just
But I got Randy Moss and Peyton Manning. I don't care who your edge rusher is. I'm just gonna chuck it up to Randy Moss.
Yeah, I mean that sounds good on paper, but I mean if you do that every play,
What? You think they're gonna stop it?
I think you might have a chance to eventually stop.
Nah, I don't believe it.
By the way, I went to a Matchbox 20 concert, and I was glad that it was
Matchbox 20.
Yeah,
Where did that come from?
Well, I was just bringing it up because last night I wanted to get this out there. I went to the Matchbox 20 concert last night, and it was a really good concert, by the way. One of the best, live concerts that I've seen. But it answered a long question that I've kind of had because I went to a Santana concert probably like 10 years ago.
Oh.
And he sang, so Santana and Rob Thomas come together to make a great song, Smooth, from back in the day, one of my favorite songs.
Mhm.
And Santana played it at his concert without Rob Thomas. Rob Thomas did not play it at his concert without Santana. Maybe if it was just Rob Thomas and not Matchbox 20 would, but I was a little intrigued. So there you have it. If you've ever wondered, Santana likes that song more.
It's his song. Sorry about
Yeah,
it.
it must be more of a Santana.
Them's the rules.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to jump into some Husker recruiting talk with Brian Munson of Husker Online and On 3. Of course, Nebraska picked up a commitment yesterday, so it's a great time to do so. We'll do that next year on the Ticket Water Cooler, 93.7 The Ticket.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Wood is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your modern representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodmen of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
How many times has the dad in your life complained about being tired and sore and done nothing about it? Why not change things up this year for Father's Day with a gift certificate for a massage from the Body Shop? It's not a day at the golf course or a new tool for the shop, but it is something that can make activities less painful going forward. Get that gift certificate today for Father's Day at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit, and you can check out our space before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour, an opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tour learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money. Buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, Burnt Pineapple, and Mango Tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza, just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Back to the Ticket Water Cooler on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on the Ticket Water Cooler on 93.7 The Ticket, and we are happy to be with you here on a Good Sense Friday. Thanks again to Good Sense for feeding us today. With this opportunity, we'd like to take our chance with our weekly visit with Brian Munson of Husker Online in on 3. Of course, it's been a busy day, busy week in general for Nebraska and their coaches, and we'll go ahead and jump right into it. Brian, how you doing?
I'm good. Weekly visit, but a day late. So I appreciate the flexibility, but always good to kind of get this week wrapped up talking to you.
Yeah, it's perfect because now we know of a commit that happened. So it was actually worked out perfectly.
Yeah, and Brian, how does it feel to be if I told you that you were on our Aloe Fiber VIP line?
Oh my goodness. Well, I feel way more special now, especially since I'm driving through Kansas. I'm looking for that reason to feel important. Now I do feel important. But no, that's amazing right there. I mean, and I hear about a good lunch too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is a great Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, we would like to thank the people at Allo for helping us out with the Allo VIP line now. So we're testing it. We're not testing it out. It's here to
We're
here to
using it.
stay. We're using it,
I'm
but for
just
the
saying,
first time.
it's fantastic internet if you want to get yourself some high speed internet, perfect for gaming. Zero lag, so now you can't blame how bad you are at games on the lag. You just have to admit that you suck.
I can't hide behind that excuse anymore.
Nope,
Oh,
not anymore.
Not once you get Allo, but so let's go ahead and start with the commit from yesterday. I don't think it was a surprise. In fact, I think it would be quite a surprise if it went the other way, just where things had been going. But Mario Buford, of course, brother of Marquise Buford, commits to Nebraska out of Texas. Another one out of Texas. What is Nebraska looking for in Mario Buford, and what is kind of the trajectory, I guess, of him when he gets to it?
Yeah, he did his best to kind of give everybody the big fake yesterday, peeling off a DeSoto shirt, and all of a sudden he had an Oregon shirt, and he flashed the big O, and then he peeled that off, and it was kind of a Nebraska shirt that kind of had like the markings like up on the chest, and you couldn't really read it very well. And then he grabbed the Nebraska hat and put it on. So I have to admit, my heart skipped a beat just for a minute seeing that happen like that, because Mario Buford is incredibly important to this class. He was obviously in for an official weekend last weekend. This was his sixth visit overall. This was his sixth visit, was an official visit. And it was really a lot of defensive backs. You had William Nettles, Peyton Morgan, and Amari Sanders, and Dante Carter. You had all those guys coming in. You know, there were 3 or 4 guys from the state of Texas alone that they had coming in, last weekend. And I think Nebraska really would like to kind of tie things up and kind of finish things out when it comes to their secondary class. And Buford is really important to that overall picture, because they're not really recruiting Buford differently than like Peyton Morgan or Dante Carter. If you talk to Carter, or you read my comments about Carter or Morgan, Nebraska is telling them it's defensive back. It's not cornerback. It's not safety. It's not nickel. It's not dime. You are going to play defensive back, which means you're going to move between various positions, and we're going to try to find ways to keep you on the football field. And I think ultimately that's kind of a two-pronged thing. Number one, you don't have to make all those personnel adjustments, because you got guys that have the ability to kind of move freely between spots and just kind of, they've got that kind of athleticism, and they understand the scheme. They should be able to do all that stuff. And I think number two, and this is probably the really important part, when it comes to professionals coming in the NFL and they want to evaluate the talent of a player, they'll have to go back and look at a defensive back and figure out, hey, he's, a really good player, really good athlete. Don't really see him, doing much beyond playing nickel, or really more of a true safety. And not having that ability to be multiple and have all the, that ability to kind of roll between positions, I think does hurt their stock, unless you're really more of like a lockdown boundary guy, which I think Buford has a little bit of that in him. He's 11 and a half. Cornerback. He's got a 75.5-inch wingspan, so he's going to play even taller than his nearly 6-foot frame. And I think that's one of the big reasons why he's just got to be a cornerstone, in the 2024 class for the defensive part of the class. That was a guy that Nebraska could not afford to miss on. They just don't have a lot of those other guys like that. And plus, this is the 4th Texas commitment in the 2024 class, and that's half of the entire class right now is from Texas. So pretty amazing how we've shifted gears and seen more players from the state of Texas already under basketball.
With him being, one of the bigger names in the 2024 class, and getting him in the boat, having him doing some pure recruiting, I'm not saying, in the next week or two, but in the near future, should we expect, or should we be ready to see maybe a few more people jump in the boat for Nebraska?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this, you've got Roger Gradney in the class, and I've got some thoughts I'm kind of holding on to about Gradney until Tunnel Talk next week. But with Buford, it was a really important weekend to get all those defensive backs together in Lincoln, and all of those guys acknowledged his commitment to Nebraska. That was one of the things that, as you follow and you kind of turn your notifications on, with Carter and Morgan and Nettles, they were all acknowledging Buford jumping class. So this is one of those things now where I think, Nebraska called their shot, probably told most of them, hey, look, this is our group. This is the group that we want. You can go ahead and get into the class and kind of get us shut down shop. And I think that all of them, got a chance really to get to know each other, hang out a bunch. I think that they know obviously that Mario has an older brother up there, and it doesn't hurt that all those guys are from the state of Texas as well. So I do think that there's going to be some positive things coming here in the coming weeks. I think really leading up to that big official visit weekend on the 23rd, and then you'll obviously see those positive things continue to happen into the month of July.
Is there a position that Nebraska is kind of circling, or people should look for, that Nebraska really needs to get in this class? I mean, sometimes we kind of have that, and just with the corners, I know, they signed 4 in the class last year. Obviously, you're talking about corners and getting another haul of them here. Is there such thing as too many corners, or is there are there certain positions you wouldn't expect to see a whole lot of work toward in this class?
Well, let me see here. Well, I think that the linebacker position is interesting, obviously. I think it's going to be a light number. I think it a lot has to do with the fact that you're going from a 3-4 to a 3-3-5. So you have a little bit less of a number, particularly at that middle linebacker spot. You've already got a guy like Willis McGahee that's already in, but he's more of a jack linebacker, so kind of opposite that edge or that guy that's going to be either working between the 2-point or 3-point. But I think really that Mike spot, I think that they're looking for one, but I don't think that there's a need to kind of overdo that. And I think a lot of it just kind of is the change of the scheme. I think that they want to get some more edge guys. They're still looking for interior guys like Carlin Jones, and they had Joseph Anderson last week. And obviously they're looking for several tight ends in the class, and I think that that's going to maybe potentially impact, maybe the overall size of the group, when it comes to wide receiver. It's going to be interesting how they kind of put all this map together, because, it shouldn't be a class that really gets up much past, 20. But right now you're sitting at 8. And let's think about all the positions that we just talked about, that they potentially still want to add to this group. It's going to fill up very quickly. And I think we're going to have to, hit some sort of a pause button at some point to kind of figure out, who else they're going to be kind of waiting on. You have those 2 offensive linemen coming in from Utah for the Michigan game later in September. It's going to be interesting how many of those guys want to kind of push out their business, because they've already seen Nebraska and they want to see Nebraska for a game day weekend. So I think middle linebacker is a good spot where you can say the number's going to be relatively low, and I think it has a lot to do with just the change in the alignment.
Now, another kind of thought here with last weekend, you already have the success of Buford committing. So a good weekend of with that haul that was here last week. And of course, I know that they have the 23rd kind of circled as their big weekend here in June. Is there anything kind of in between those dates, or is that kind of the time that they're bringing in most of the players to visit?
Yeah, you got a couple really big official visitors to start out next week. I mean, obviously this is a big camp weekend. You've really got no official visitors this weekend. Nebraska is going to be out there with the camp guys, and starting on Monday and Tuesday next week, you have maybe 2 of their top offensive linemen, coming in next week as for midday visits. You had Caden Massey from Kansas, who's a big-time offensive tackle, and you have Cohen Eccles from Texas, another offensive lineman from another player from the state of Texas that'll be up there in Lincoln this weekend as well. And this will be his second time up there in Lincoln. I think he was up there for the spring game and picked up the offer then, and he actually went from kind of a below-the-radar guy to really popular once the Nebraska offer had come in. I think the very next day, after he picked up Nebraska, he picked up A&M and Houston, and I think Ole Miss followed suit as well. So I think you obviously got to pay attention to those 2 guys. And the camp visit, the camp and the visitors leader, that out of the camp. I would look maybe, try to watch those 2025 and 2026 guys. I think Nebraska really wants to figure out what's kind of going on in the area over the next 2 years when it comes to recruiting. I think that's the part that maybe they're still trying to get their arms around when it comes to kind of still getting up to speed and considering themselves, caught up when it comes to recruiting.
Now, we did say, too, and I kind of wanted to ask you about maybe the California presence overall, because we saw yesterday the Big Ten scheduling format, Iowa, the only permanent crossover. There was some talk about maybe, a UCLA or USC joining the fold. Maybe they would be a permanent crossover for Nebraska, which, naturally you would kind of think would open up some avenues in California. Now, they are heading to UCLA, the Rose Bowl in 2024, doing the same thing at the Coliseum in 2025. So they're going to start having more of a presence, obviously, in California, one way or the other. But do you think it would have been beneficial for Nebraska to have an annual trip there, or are you think Nebraska's pretty happy with where things landed?
Yeah, I think Nebraska has to be pretty happy with where things landed. I mean, obviously, the Big Ten extending their footprint in California is going to carry with it some positives for all the programs because, obviously you hear some of those regular complaints about how, half the nation has gone to sleep by the time the Pac-12 schools are kind of kicking off. You don't have that kind of same problem when you're kind of slotted into a Big Ten network game. So that's going to help out. And obviously, when you start talking about the Big Ten footprint, just kind of moving out there a little bit more when it comes to those games regularly out there in Pasadena, or UCLA. In Nebraska, I mean, really quickly, obviously Nebraska is hoping to kind of parlay California teams, but they also really want to do well in recruiting. And Nebraska's actually done fairly well in recruiting when it comes to California. They've been able to grab some fairly significant guys and get them to Lincoln, on their own dime for unofficial visits. Aiden Freeland and Brandon Baker and Nate Frazier. A lot of guys that are like the top players at their own position. And there are guys that are from the market of Los Angeles that they don't want to stick around. They don't plan on going to USC or UCLA. They want to leave the state or they want to go someplace else. I don't think Lincoln Riley or Chip Kelly can keep them all home. And I think Nebraska and the rest of the Ten are really happy about that. And they want to go in there and try to find ways to keep them in the Big Ten.
One final question for you, too. I know they have they're kind of involved in satellite camps this year, which it's kind of been on and off. What's kind of changed about satellite camps from kind of the Jim Harbaugh? It was like I don't know, 10 years ago. I don't even know how long ago it was now. 8 years ago, whatever. When satellite camps were kind of this new big deal, and Jim Harbaugh was taking advantage of it more than anybody else. Are satellite camps still kind of at that level, or what kind of changed about the viewing on those?
Well, I think it really comes down to sometimes to preference. It is costly. It's expensive to kind of have to do it. I think what really matters is you're getting the value out of it. And I think what people have to understand about Matt Rule and his staff, going to a satellite camp, Nebraska has a unique way of kind of promoting themselves by putting that coaching staff into an area where the coaches of that school, the coaches of the local high schools, and the players of that area, don't necessarily get a chance to meet and talk to those guys. I mean, I think Nebraska has obviously been very active in Texas, but this last week when they were in Belton, which is kind of south of Waco, between Waco and Austin, and then they were at Houston Christian. They had a great opportunity to kind of get out there. They made some offers, and I think that just overall, people that I had talked to, whether it was just the people that were picking up offers or talking to Sean and Steve Sipple about things, the way that they are, the way that they kind of handled themselves, the way that they were, the way that everybody else was kind of talking to them or how they spoke about them there, it's really a great way to sell Matt Rule in Nebraska, in Texas, to have them get out there and have those types of opportunities. I know that there's another mega camp coming up. I think it's in Philadelphia. And they'll take part in that one too. It wouldn't be as big as the ones that were just this last week. But I think it's one of those things that Nebraska has to keep in mind, maybe try to double down on here a little bit. You got the in Lindenwood, Missouri. There's a big mega out there at Abilene Christian. There's another one, big one on the east side of Dallas at Texas A&M Commerce. There's some really good opportunities, I think, to get into some nice areas where Nebraska would have not just an opportunity to see some guys they wouldn't typically see, but they can obviously promote themselves as coming off as being one of the more genuine staffs around the nation.
Absolutely. Fantastic stuff from Brian Munson of Husker Online and on 3. Thank you for our weekly visit. As we always say, always entertaining, always informative. Thanks, Brian.
Have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you.
All right, there he goes. Brian Munson of Husker Online and on 3. Always great to get caught up in the latest in recruiting. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, time for the crossover. We'll have Nick Sanders jump in and talk probably a little bit more about this Big Ten scheduling, what it means for the future of Nebraska. Of course, that 2025 schedule looms large. Looks like it got one. So we'll talk a little bit about that coming up next year on the Ticket Water Cooler on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plant for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an Exact Emerge high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
General contractors, business owners, property owners. The success of your business requires doing business with the right people. And the right people when it comes to drywall, acoustical ceilings, and especially premier drywall. Kevin and his crew give the project the response and attention it deserves.
You'll get all of the attention to detail and quality that you would expect from someone who's been in the business for 30 years. For your new builds, build-outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin at premierw.com. Premier Drywall in Lincoln.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi. And don't forget, they deliver here. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Save money on energy-efficient equipment with the LES Sustainable Energy Program. Nearly half of the financial incentives are still available for qualifying projects. View incentives and learn more at les.com/.
Everyone, Ken Walk with Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive you can genuinely trust, for the opportunity to earn your business. We have AS master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday night or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge, 29th and Pine Lake.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years across Nebraska by offering enough to independent living resources and job training. You'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for support people with disabilities, you can check out open positions, learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment, school, or in sports, or for yourself and your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Against Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Against Sports at 48th and Vine.
Lane's Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer CRP mixes and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my back.
What's this?
Oh, it's naloxone. It's an opioid overdose. I decided to call me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me too.
Good. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get, and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcast Association and this station.
Back to the Ticket Water Cooler on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back to the final segment of the Ticket Water Cooler this week. Hope you've had a good one. We sure have. And of course, at this time, we always bring in Nick Sanders from Happy Hour for the crossover. Nick, how's it going today?
Good. This is where the weekend gets, or the week gets better, right?
Well, I wouldn't say better. I would say the week it might get worse, actually.
Okay. You think so?
Yeah, Nick joins, and it's like, oh, wait a minute.
That's how Rico's talking to us, Bach, after we filled in yesterday.
Oh, I know.
Not to Bach. Bach makes the week better. Nick makes the week worse. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, speaking of making
the
things worse,
the 1 day removed birthday boy.
That's right. That's true.
That's my
You still got
birthday
some
yesterday.
birthday cake back there.
Yeah. I kept it here because I figured you guys would help me eat it more than just my wife would.
Did anybody
Or I
sing
could-
happy birthday to you?
yesterday?
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but I came in late, so I think that threw off everybody.
Didn't your son eat the cake?
He might eat a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think he's gonna eat the whole thing?
No, but
My daughter would try, and then she'd have a tummy ache.
I try not to give him like sweets, so
Really?
he won't ask for it pretty much.
Wow.
Dang.
All right, Bach.
Because
dad
he only
bod.
eats like if I have fries and chicken and like other stuff to feed him, he'll just eat the fries.
Oh, that's too
you have
bad.
to be careful about what you give him first
Okay.
because he might just eat what he likes the best.
You're not making him eat.
I tried to.
I just put everything on their plate, and they, what they want to eat first. And I go, okay, well, you take it up and
Who's-
eat some of this.
Who's the nicer parent?
Between me and my wife?
Yes.
Depends on who you ask.
Probably me because I'm not there as often.
Oh,
I just got to come in and be the fun guy.
Hey, I'm here.
Here. All
But
right.
he's definitely like, a Klingon to her. So
Okay.
at times, if he needs something, he wants his mom.
Okay.
Not-
Gotcha. That's too bad.
Which
Sorry,
is
Bach.
kinda sad sometimes.
It might switch
Sorry,
because
Bach.
that's what KJ was doing for the longest time,
Yeah.
and now he's just sitting there. He's like, da 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 da, and I'm just like, what? What do you want? That's what I do. I feel I'm just like, what? Like I'll just be sitting there, and we're playing, and he'll just be like, Dad, I go, what do you want? What's going on? And he's just like. He just like looks at me, and he's one. He doesn't have many words,
He's gonna have
and
an-
he's just
gonna
like,
put together an entire.
and he's just like, he'll just like start saying something. And I just go, I don't know what that is. Yeah, I can't help you.
That is horrible.
I've said that. I'm just like, I can't help you. I don't know what you're saying.
Stop talking.
I don't tell him to stop talking. I'm just like, I can't.
Don't know what that means.
Yeah.
It's the same with Ellie. Like she puts together sentences, but sometimes she'll just like start saying something, and I'm just like, I can't help you because I don't know what you want.
That's awesome. Well, I love it because my son's just starting to put together sentences and words and stuff like that. But he doesn't exactly know how to. So I was like telling him the other day when I was leaving, I was like, "This is my favorite part of the day. We'll see you later, buddy." He says, "Okay, bye bye." Like, whatever.
Just when he starts putting, so I don't know if this happens with every kid, but when they finally start like they're able to put together sentences, they like struggle to start like sentences when they have like an idea if they're really excited. So Ellie will just sit there and like, and I go, spit it out. Come on.
You got it. You got it.
You're so aggressive.
What? Look, you gotta have some fun with it.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, but you're smiling the whole time. So
Still
they're
years
just like,
away.
yeah, it's great.
Still years away.
I'm like, come on, Ellie. Come on. We can get through it. And she finally gets through it. I go, that was hard.
That's mean.
It's okay. We love our children, and we mess with them because we love them.
Yeah, you know, if you don't make fun of them, other people will, then they will not handle it. Maybe. I don't know. There's different theories.
What did we just get on the text line? Jim in Reno, 6'2", 245 pounds, age 65, driving a Husker red Toyota Tundra with a black shirt license plate.
If you find Jim in Reno, let us
Good
know.
for you, Jim.
Jim, that is cool.
We got his.
We'll admit that.
We got his.
What's your
description.
hand size? What's your wingspan?
Is your vert? Are you trying out for the football team?
What hair color do you have? This is all very important information.
Eye color.
At least we got a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, 6'2", 245?
Red
That's-
Toyota.
yeah,
That's
that's
a good
good.
size.
It's pretty, yeah.
Maybe. You guys remember when
What position would you play?
6'2",
Defensive end?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe tight end.
Just like an edge rusher.
Yeah.
Yeah, edge.
I don't think he's big enough for a defensive like
So probably in the 4-3.
Solid enough.
Probably in the 4-3 and play the edge.
See, somebody's says he's definitely listening to the recording of Sip and Jake from this morning.
Oh,
Or maybe that's a
100%.
late text.
That always makes me laugh when people are listening to the podcast and then they'll just like text in.
Yeah.
Expecting a reply. I think it was
Yeah.
Qdoba guy potentially. He mentioned like, yeah, I listened to the podcast and I texted him my thoughts, but you guys never read them. I don't know why. And it's like,
Yeah.
because you just said you're listening to the podcast.
Yeah. Like
Which
they're
I highly recommend if you don't catch the show live, make sure you check out the podcast.
Yeah.
like they are not
So,
live right
yeah.
now, so they are not going to
Chase-
answer your
Chase
text.
B, he's gonna send in his high school tape that's probably in black and white. Come on.
Well, he
Jim-
did
Jim's
say
not-
he's 65, so
Oh boy. Yes, maybe. Did they have tape back then?
well, yeah, probably.
Gotcha. Okay.
VHS.
You had to like send it in the mail though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd like get the address for the university and write it down on the piece of paper, send it, and then hope that it got there.
I had a buddy today ask me if I owned a fax machine.
Ooh.
And this buddy is 24 years old. And I said, why do you need a fax
Did you
machine?
ask him if he did?
And he's like, oh, I need it for work. And I was like, I need to fax something to somebody else. And I was like, well, that's what a fax machine I would assume would be. But I was like, no, I don't have a fax machine.
Why do you not have a
I have a printer. I don't have a fax machine.
Pager?
No.
No
I
pager.
have like
no
a
beeper,
like
no
my
beeper.
printer came with like a little scanner. Does that
No, that's not.
Does that count?
No, scanner.
if you
scanner is
scan
when you
something
scan
and
to your
send it,
computer.
yeah, and then you like email it, and it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, a little bit, just a little more technologically advanced. But
There
I
are
don't know.
people that I just kind of thinking for that VHS thing, like sending your own tape and all this stuff. There are people that long for those days again, or think those days are better. For you guys that haven't necessarily, been through too much of that, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that things maybe were better or more simple? Wasn't text
yeah.
messages and video cameras? You can still relate to that.
Well,
I can't.
I will
Yeah,
say,
this guy.
no. When talking about what I grew up with, like, I missed the excitement of going on a road trip and pulling out the DVD player.
I didn't do that.
Like did you guys not have portable DVD?
Yeah,
players?
yeah. Those
no,
Really?
no, we counted windmills.
Okay, well, I had a portable DVD.
We did the thing
player.
where you lower the window and you just had your hand in the wind.
Well, yeah, we've done that too.
That's what we did, or we slept.
Yeah.
But no, I missed the excitement of packing up before a road trip, selecting all the DVDs. Like, yeah, I might want to watch this movie. Like,
Yeah.
Cat in the Hat. Yeah, oh yeah, like Free Willy, all those on
Cat in
there.
the Hat is the reason that the Dr. Seuss family no longer allows live action remakes of their books.
Why is that?
It was terrible.
you think it's terrible?
Oh no,
It
no,
was
I
great.
no,
I like that movie.
it was. But look, Nick, it was bad.
It was bad. There's a lot of movies out there that are bad.
I know,
people
but that's
like.
why the Dr. Seuss, the family, the people who I think it's still the
Seuss
family or the people who own the rights to the Dr. Seuss books or whatever, don't allow live action remakes
Well,
anymore.
That's fine.
Mike
That's
Myers ruined it.
I didn't think it was that bad. He cut off his own tail. But
I'll
no.
get you, and I'll make it look like a bloody accident.
Cat, your tail. son of a. Okay.
Oh man,
Anyway.
that's cool. Somebody remembers. Someone remembers doing that with a VHS player. I think it's
Really?
What?
Where the car, because the car
Yeah.
and the screens were attached to the headrest
Yep,
of the front
exactly.
too. They did it with a VHS player. I barely remember that.
That's
possibly.
crazy.
I remember it was the year 2008, and
How old were you?
7. I was 7 in 2008.
Fuck, how old were you?
I was 18.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
I was 14 or 15. It would have
Okay.
been my freshman year of high school.
Okay, so we're okay. So in 2007 or 2008, excuse me, we're going to a dealership. Actually, we were going to a dealership. My family was looking for a new car. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. We toured or test drove a Grand Caravan, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever that the seats pivoted.
Oh yeah,
and that they had like folded tables in the back seats.
That is pretty cool.
And I was like, we have to get this car. And they had like the DVD player, and it was like that time cars didn't have DVD players all the time. We ended up getting a Honda Pilot. Shout out to Honda of Lincoln. But we ended up getting a Honda Pilot, and it didn't have any of that. I was so sad because they didn't have a table, they didn't have a makeshift table you could pull up in the back seat. Like the seats didn't move at all.
That
Like,
cost a little more, and 7-year-old Nick wasn't willing to pitch in.
probably
Yeah,
the seats like spun around 360. And
I
was like, this
remember.
is
I remember the coolest part about our car was just the fact that it was the backety back, as we would call it. It was a Ford Explorer where you had the front seats, the seats, and then the back one where it's just the trunk, but it was massive. And we're like, yeah, we're gonna sit back there. No seatbelt or anything. You're definitely not supposed to do that, but that's what we did because it was a different time.
Yeah.
Safety, you threw it to the wind. Nobody cared if you were safe.
I've made it well known that I missed the days of MapQuest. I've made it well known on this station. But so I think Texas says, man, you guys sound rich with DVD players and VHS players in the car. I had a piece of wood for coloring.
Hey, that's those two. Like I said, we counted windmills and put our hand out the window. We didn't have DVD players or VHS players.
You know, I think the biggest thing or biggest myth that kids always believe growing up is that the light, like the overhead lights in the cars,
if you turn it on at night,
it distracts the
yeah.
driver.
If you turn it on at night,
It doesn't do anything.
What a myth.
but you know what?
It's disgusting.
But you know what? I'm gonna keep it going.
Every dad does it.
I'm gonna keep it going.
Every
And if
dad does it.
that's the thing. Like Ellie, she can kind of reach it now. So she like hit it one time at night, and I was like, I can't see.
Yeah, your parents make you think that they're gonna run off the road because of this little light in the third row is on. And it's like, come on, no, it's not.
Yeah, no, you can't see. It's impossible. It's distracting. I won't be able to see the road, and then we're gonna crash. And it's gonna be a problem. So you should just keep that off.
I got a question for you guys to bowl, and maybe talk about it a little bit in the happy hour. This 2025 schedule that Nebraska has. Remember a time when Bill Moose came into the athletic department, and we thought, you know what? Maybe this is the voice we need in Big Ten meetings. He won't get bullied around. Bill Moose is in charge. Is
Maybe he should have got bullied.
Did Trev Alberts get bullied into this 2025 schedule? I guess is maybe the question there. Is it as bad as maybe it looks? First of all, I argued this with the captain. UCLA is not. When you say okay, they have USC, Michigan, Ohio State, UCLA. One of those things is not like the others. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's not.
Yeah, you're right. USC sucks.
UCLA is the one I'm talking about. All right, let's take a quick break. Happy hour coming up next year. 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's for Sports Talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
General contractors, business owners, property owners. The success of your business requires doing business with the right people. And the right people, when it comes to drywall, acoustical ceilings, and specialty products, are at Premier Drywall. Kevin and his crew will give your project the response and attention it deserves.
You'll get all of the attention to detail and quality that you would expect from someone who's been in the business for 30 years. For your new builds, build-outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin. Kevin at premierdw.com. Premier Drywall in Lincoln.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415, or online at ambitionelectric.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
How many times has the dad in your life complained about being tired and sore and done nothing about it? Why not change things up this year for Father's Day with a gift certificate for a massage from the Body Shop? It's not a day at the golf course or a new tool for the shop, but it is something that can make activities less painful going forward. Get Dad a gift certificate today for Father's Day at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a